Okay, so here's my morning breakfast: liver bacon and fried eggs with a cup of coffee with a load of heavy cream in. And I thought I'd give a little update, or just my thoughts on the carnivore diet. I've been on it now for, only a week, but before that I did a 4.5 day fast, so I would have been into ketosis by the end of that anyway. And how have I found it? Well, surprisingly easy in many ways. I haven't had any, like the keto flu hasn't materialized yet. I haven't had any issues with cramping or anything through, loss of electrolytes. I have had basically Niagara Falls pouring out of my backside for every bowel movement for quite a few days now. Today they've started to get still quite a lot of liquid, but they've started to get a bit more solid. So you think, okay, the gut biome is adjusting. But one thing I have found is just it's taken a lot of the joy out of eating for me. Just constantly, smearing my palate with all this fat. I'm just not enjoying, with nothing to cut it, no condiments, because I'm being pretty strict. Yeah, and it's just not nice. Even I'm still enjoying a nice bit of steak, but even that, the pleasure is not what it was when I was eating. You think, steak's a bit of a treat, and now you're just like, it's not a chore eating it, but almost. I've lost. I didn't weigh myself beforehand, but I weighed myself yesterday, and I'm down below 70 kilos, which I'm 5'9", which is, it's not my fighting weight. Well, if I was a fighter, I'd be getting lower, obviously, if I was a boxer, but you know what I mean? The last time I was back at that sort of weight was when I was in India on a vegetarian diet, practicing Ashtanga yoga every day, 6 days a week. And the difference there was that my body composition was mainly muscle, or I was very strong, very fit, very healthy. Bowel function was incredible, I have to say. So really, I think what it means for me is I can see how actually if you want to lose weight, this is the diet. It simply is. You can see all these results that everybody's had. I don't need to lose weight. I didn't have any, inflammation issues or whatever that I was trying to work on. I just thought I'd do it just to see how it went. I needed a bit of a reset, so I did the fasting, and I thought if I carry this on, it'll be good to, so obviously, you're not drinking, you're not taking anything else, and so in that way, it's healthy. Be interested to see. I think it just feels so wrong. That's the issue for me. It feels so wrong. Just constantly eating fat and meat and cheese and eggs, and yeah, it's clearly, I don't think is the diet for me. But an interesting experiment. It's always good to actually understand things, from your own experience, I find, rather than taking somebody else's word for it. Because, who do you trust these days? Yeah, you can't even trust your eyes anymore, can you? The camera never lies. Well, AI certainly does. So even if the camera doesn't, but it also does. So anyway, there's my thoughts on the carnivore diet. I think if you want to lose weight, or if maybe you have some autoimmune conditions, if you have problems with inflammation or things, clearly cutting carbs is very, very positive. Maybe not to the extreme on the carnivore, but I think keto diets would seem to me to be pretty good. So I measured my levels this morning. I'm 2.1 millimoles per litre, so well into ketosis. And yeah, there you have it. So I'm going to enjoy my liver bacon and eggs. I'm going to keep this going until Christmas Day. And Christmas Day, I will be gorging on roast potatoes, roast parsnips, and Christmas pudding. So I'm looking forward to that.